This is a bloody Labour landslide. How are you feeling today? I mean, it's going to be a really terrible day for those who have got like a thing for, you know, posh old Etonians. Just, you know. But for the rest of us, it's a bloody good day, isn't it? It's a bloody good day. I genuinely don't know how to deliver good news. No, it's so rare. It's like someone that's used to kind of receiving frequent beatings, you know, not flinching and, you know, expecting something bad to happen. Something bad did happen. I mean, the reform vote, Jesus. But broadly, I would say this is good news, isn't it? Isn't it? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm afraid, Britain, that the chances of you being able to sleep at night for a little while is going to improve. I have to warn you, I'm running on roughly 6 brain cells today, and those brain cells are going... But I couldn't not say something about this today. I'm going to go through a few little personal highlights, but there are more. I will be making a kind of broader video once I've managed to actually analyse all of this. You know, when I don't feel like something has crawled deep inside my brain and shat. This was a high point, wasn't it? Jonathan Gullis. And Flinks Africa was a person, you know. Here he is, looking really sad. I'm just gonna leave that. Just gonna leave that there for a second. What was your Portillo moment, dear listeners? My Portillo moment? Well, there were so many, wasn't there? There were so many of them crying, looking sad and vulnerable in community centres that they've underfunded for the best part of 14 years. But this has to be a personal highlight. Jacob Rees-Mogg, the reverse Jarvis Cocker, standing next to a man wearing a mask made purely of beans. Jacob Rees-Mogg is a man that's a bit like Marmite, isn't he? You either hate him or you really fucking hate him. The moment when he found out that he had lost was almost, you know, almost a moment that humanised him. He was a bit like, whoop, huh? But don't be fooled, he's not real. Check this out.
Conservative Party candidate, 15,000. I hereby declare that Dan Norris is duly elected to serve.
Another absolutely insane moment, insane because I'm convinced that she's actually a robot, was when that mad lettuce finally got kicked out of the greengrocers. I don't think many people expected Truss to lose her seat, least of all to Labour, but one of the most beautiful moments was the way that the cameraman just slowly zoomed in on her, in a way that proved that there's literally nothing going on inside her head.
1,838. Douglas, Lorraine, Communist Party of Britain, 77.
What the hell is wrong with her? Do you know something else that happened? Hi Mum, I'm on the 6 PM BBC News election highlights with Graham Hughes jumping around all drunk like. Check it out.
We did it!
I have to admit there is a small part of me that makes me worry that looks a little bit Rainbow Rhythms from Peep Show. Yeah. Another mad moment was when Vorda's turned up at the afters. No, really. She's been such an awesome part of our campaign. We love you, Vordas.
James Daly gone. Ooh.
Hello.
Oh, it's Carol Vorderman. Hello there. Welcome. It's Carol Vorderman. Sorry. It's Carol Vorderman. Wasn't expecting that.
We're only women did it!
Yes!
I made my way back from London today, feeling like I was going to die on a train that is going to soon be nationalised because we have a Labour government. I came back to my constituency of Colchester to a Labour MP, a place that hasn't had a Labour MP since 1945. This town is a town in which I can largely trust the people that live here again. The Tories parachuted in James Cracknell, right? And the people of Colchester mostly said, it was extraordinary. I did not expect Labour to win Colchester. Another highlight for me was Angela Rayner, a woman who came from nothing. She was a carer. She looked after her sick mum. She was a teenage mum herself. And she joined a union. And then she became an MP. And now she is our Deputy Prime Minister. What an inspiration. Not just that, we're going to have the most working class government that we've had in modern British political history. Yeah, we're not going to have old toffs, old born to rule pony fuckers telling us what we want or what is good for us from their manners. We're going to have people that have lived the lives that we've lived making our choices. Isn't it beautiful? I'm actually really excited to see what they do, and I'm going to judge them on their record, not hypothesis like some kind of weird cynical mystic Meg, just assuming that they're going to completely muff it up. If they do muff it up, I'll come for them, but if they don't, things will just work, and it will be weird, won't it? Because we're not used to things working, but this is not 1997. They're inheriting an economic nightmare thanks to the aforementioned insane lettuce and aforementioned old Etonians pocketing our money for the best part of 14 years. And not just that, they've not just ruined us economically, they've divided and poisoned us, which was why Reform got so many votes, a terrifyingly large amount of votes, because the Tories, with their culture wars and their lies and their corruption, didn't just destroy our growth, didn't just destroy our children's futures, right? No, they destroyed people on a mental and a physical level. Though they did so much worse than that. They stopped making racists afraid. We need to make racists afraid again. But it's not just that, no. They also made, with their lowering of public standards, it a fertile ground for con men and opportunists like Farage and Tice to just mop up the disillusioned, the thick and the bigoted. And that's something that really desperately needs to be sorted out. And I don't know how the hell Labour's going to do it. I really don't. But I think I've found my outlet for the next 5 years, which is what they're not probably going to be used to now they've actually won an election. I think Farage and Tice are going to hate having won an election, because you know what a place in Parliament comes with, or will come with under a Starmer government? Checks and balances. And they don't like them, do they? No, they like Russian money. Come on, sue me, Tyson Farage. I've got no mortgage. You can't get a penny out of me, and you can't shut me up. I'm going to be telling the 600,000 plus followers that I have precisely what you are. I started making videos 4 years ago during the height of lockdown, right? Roasting them initially. But then I started realising that the press was massively biased, right? Massively corrupt. The client media, I learned all about that. I knew what the dark arts were, but I didn't know just how deep it went. And I was shocked that people listened to me. No one had really ever listened to me before. But it turns out there's a bit of an appetite for the truth, and that's why Johnson fell. Not because of me personally, but because people knew that people know. People eventually find out when they are being lied to. The reason that Starmer was forced to run a pretty bland, uninspiring campaign or implement the Ming-Vaj strategy. Tories don't have that stranglehold anymore, and I imagine a lot of the newspapers are shitting themselves. That's probably why The Sun came out with their last-minute endorsement. Too late. Press reform and Leveson 2 beckons. And that's something that I'm going to be pushing the Labour government hard for, is press reform. And I'm not going to stop making videos as long as you still want to listen to me. Our work isn't done with a Labour government. Life will be a lot easier, I imagine, with a Labour government. I still can't believe we've got a Labour government. 14 years of this, and it's over. It's over. And I want to say a massive thank you to everybody that went out and voted tactically. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that tactical voting played a huge part in Labour's victory last night. All I did along the way was try to give you the information that the Mail, the Sun, most of the broadcasters wouldn't give you, in a way that was piss-taking and sweary. But you lot went out and voted. You lot did this, and you lot need the credit for that. I'd also like to say a massive thank you to our team. Bunch of legends. All volunteers. Real patriots. Not like that prick Farage. In the meantime, right, just enjoy it. We have a win. I know that everyone's forgotten how to enjoy things, but just enjoy it. Don't think about the looming spectre, looming over the hill. Think instead about Jacob Rees-Mogg going back to his castle and having Nanny slide her teat under the door. Don't think about the hell that is Bad Enoch and Braverman, who managed to retain their seats. No, think about Johnny Minge and his wife, who are no longer being paid by us to be narcissistic little showboaters on the internet. Don't think about 30p Lee, ever, or all those other bean boys, many of which have gone now. No, think about the fact that we've got a real shot of making things a hell of a lot better. And if they don't make things better, there's a lot of us with a lot of reach that aren't going to let them get away with it. A lot of us came up out of nowhere and started having an opinion and having a say. And I think the reason that it struck a chord with a lot of people is because they felt the same. We were just echoing how they felt. Like a kind of like a good version of old Toad of Toad Hall, who's just won Clacton, who will never be in Clacton. His constituents will see after 5 years of him never being there what he really is. Anyway, we were a good version of that. People won't believe it forever. We've just got to figure out a way to get through to those people. We can't give up on getting through to those people because us not lurching into far right territory depends on it. Just enjoy it. And I'll be back shortly with some analysis when I can think again. But for now, I just want to say, you are all awesome. Today is an extremely proud day for me. I'm proud of the people in my country again. For once, a vote that I cast actually resulted in getting the party that I wanted in to represent me, both locally and nationally. That's a novel feeling. So drink it up and drink those Tory tears. Now at this point I would naturally say, like the Tories, but we have